Hello, and welcome to episode 122 of I'm the Tigers, the podcast with an eye on the Telford Tigers. Jumping straight in, shorter week than normal actually from my perspective, because of course did the Wednesday episode last week following the Tuesday game for Telford Tigers. So yeah, nothing from the club to report from. Games. Switch it up this week because Tigers 2 were in the Cup finals, so we'll finish with that. So we'll start off with the National League side, who had a double header away on Saturday to Milton Keynes, then at home on the Sunday. Away, yeah, 8-2 win to Milton Keynes. Didn't see it, but apparently Headley stood on his head. It's obviously going to make it difficult because he is one of the league's top netminders, let's be fair. It seems as though we had a goal disallowed as well, but I guess them's the breaks. If it happens, it happens. It's, obviously a bit frustrating. Would it have changed the whole game? No. Let's be realistic. Scoreline of 8-2 doesn't sort of suggest that it would have. But certainly a big win for Milton Keynes. Would we be able to get revenge, if you like, on the Sunday night back at Telford Ice Rink? Initially it looked like no. I think that it was a 3-0 lead and 4-1 lead, I think I saw, following the game on X for Milton Keynes. Then we got it back to 4-4, but a couple of fairly late goals from Milton Keynes sealed a 6-4 win on the road. So that's a newly resurgent Milton Keynes as well, following a change in terms of coaching. So Tim Wallace taking a break from coaching, I think was what they put. Interesting wording. Will they be back next season? That kind of leaves it a little bit open, I would argue. I think Lewis Christie coming in and coached 3 games so far, and Milton Keynes have won all 3. So with a late season revival, if you like. 2 losses to Milton Keynes has put Tigers down to 7th in the table, so still very comfortably in playoff spot. I think there's something like 12 points clear of 9th place, and there's 16 to go, so not too far off it being a mathematical certainty that playoff hockey will be in Telford. Tigers 2, Cup final weekend, Deeside Dragons. Saturday night was the home leg, went there, packed barn, 1,279 I think it was, something like that off the top of my head. Plenty of noise, wonderful atmosphere. Cup final, so of course it's going to be nice and cagey, not much happening, not really. 9 seconds and Dragons are in the lead. They then, got a power play goal, then they got a short-handed goal, and it was looking as though all things were pointing in very much the wrong direction. Tigers 2 then got one on that power play, that short-handed goal that we conceded on, and the first period actually finished up 3-3, bizarrely. They continued trading goals throughout, and it finally finished up 9-7 on the night to Deeside Dragons, so giving them a 2-goal lead going back into Deeside on Sunday for the second leg, which watched on the Deeside stream. I think the key for the Tigers 2 was get an early goal and put some pressure on, or if you don't get an early goal, at least don't concede. Kind of went out the window. 3-0 down inside about 6.5 minutes. Realistically, at that point, cup final over. 5 goals is a lot to try and come back from. Tigers 2 pulled level on the night a couple of times, but were never able just to nose in front and perhaps put a bit of pressure on. Finished 6-5 on the night, Deeside Dragons, scoring a late empty net goal as Tigers 2 pulled the netminder in search of trying to find the 2 goals that were needed at that time just to take the game into overtime. Congratulations to Deeside. I think they had certainly on Saturday night, a very, very clear game plan to perhaps antagonise a little bit, disrupt, break things up, make it sort of not necessarily too fluent. A lot of things sort of off the puck, and hey, it takes 2 to tango. I'm not saying Tigers 2 were blameless, but yeah, I think there was definitely a lot of that. There was a lot that was being said on the ice. Yeah, chippy kind of atmosphere, but hey, cup final at the end of the day. Both teams desperately want to win it. So, yeah, two good games overall. Obviously, yeah, it's disappointing. A bit of silverware would have been lovely. And obviously, to have got to the cup final, that's very much sort of the aim. But yeah, two really good games, I thought. Some good hockey in there. I'd say that there was sort of, some physical stuff, some of the chippy stuff. It kind of had a bit of everything. But yeah, so disappointing. But on the flip side, first season up in the league, and we've been in the cup final. I mean, that's pretty successful. There's probably not many teams who sort of jumped up a league and then been challenging for silverware in their first season. So yeah, looking back, a great achievement from Tigers 2, and can now push on with the rest of the season. Question of the week this week. Last week there was plenty of interest in terms of midweek hockey and whether people are fans or not. So perhaps in a slightly similar but different vein, back-to-back games. So when you play the same team twice over the weekend, are you a fan or not? As always, let me know. Looking forward to seeing whether you are or not. But in terms of this episode, that's it. I'll be back this time next week. Bye for now.